Hello everybody, my name's Mrs Walsh and I'm a teacher at the Livingston Road Primary Federation in Poole. I'm here today to teach you your third session of RE. At the moment our topic is community and we have been looking at how different religions show that sense of community and that sense of belonging in different ways. In session 1 we looked at how special places are important for different religions to come together and worship and how that creates a sense of belonging within them. In session 2, we looked at special symbols and the different symbols that are important in different religions, and we even made our own symbol to represent our own families. And in session 3 today, we're going to look at clothing and how that is important in showing what communities we belong to and creating a sense of belonging within them. So I'm just going to share my PowerPoint now. Let's hope that it works, because last time I made a bit of a mistake. Hey, there I am. It's working now. Here we go, special clothing. So as we're looking at how our clothing can sometimes symbolise the communities that we belong to today, let's warm up our brains by seeing if you know what these items represent. So I'm going to hold up an item of clothing and you're going to tell me what group do you think it shows that I belong to. Now I'm going to stop sharing for a minute so that I'm on the big screen, because otherwise you might not be able to see me. So are you ready for my first item of clothing? Here we go. So here is my first item of clothing. What do you think they are? Do you recognise them? Yes, they're a pair of ballet shoes, aren't they? So what group do you think I belong to if I'm holding up a pair of ballet shoes? Yes, that's right, a dance group. These are actually my daughter's, so she loves dancing and she belongs to a dance group. Do any of you belong to a dance class or a dance group? You do? That's amazing. Great fun dancing, isn't it? Now, it doesn't have to be dancing. There are lots of items that go with other sports clubs. Do any of you belong to a different sports club? Some of you are saying football to me. And trampolining. And martial arts. Some karate groups and taekwondo there. Wow. And in all of those groups, I'm sure that you wear a certain item of clothing. One, because you need to do that sport, but two, to create that sense of team and that sense of belonging in that community. So do you have a special item of clothing that you wear to those clubs? Yes. Right. You might need to remember that for later. I'm going to hold up another one. Are you ready? Yes? Okay. What do you think this item of clothing represents? What group? You can see the tick from our last session. We had a game on symbols with the Nike tick on, didn't we? Yes, it is a football shirt. Now, I am not a football expert. I'm afraid I don't know very much about football, but my son assures me that this is an England shirt, so maybe that's right, but I wouldn't have any idea. I'm very sorry if there are any football fans out there. I'm sure you know better than me, but I do know that football shirts often have a badge on to show what club they belong to, and that creates that sense of community and that sense of belonging and shows everybody that they belong to that club. Right, so you ready for the last one? Yes. Now, if you're from my school, you might recognise it. Oh, have I just given it away? So what group do you think this shows that I belong to? I'll show you the back. Yes, that's right. This is my school jumper and this is my school logo at Livingston Road Primary Federation, and all of the children have this logo on the jumper and the staff have this logo on their jumpers. So this shows that we all belong to the same school community and that it creates that sense of belonging with us all there, and everyone feels really proud when they wear their uniforms. I'm sure you feel really proud when you wear your uniform at school as well. Now, I'm going to go back to our slideshow in a minute, but we're going to look at some special clothing that may be worn at different religious festivals or in different religions, and we're going to think about how we use clothing in our own lives today. So let me share screen. Here we go. And there. So first thing we're going to look at, let me move myself down there. Hello, can you still see me? Is weddings. Now, have any of you been to a wedding? You have. What did you wear to that wedding? Some of you might be saying something very smart, like a suit or a dress. Maybe some of you were part of the wedding party and you wore an extra special outfit that matched some of the other people that were getting married, because sometimes that happens, doesn't it? What did the bride and groom wear, the people that were getting married? Some of you are saying long dresses. Some of you are saying short dresses. Some of you are saying trousers. Some of you are saying suits. And at all weddings, people wear different things. So you get lots of different weddings. You get traditional weddings, you get non-traditional weddings, weddings in religious places, weddings in not religious places. The important thing about the wedding is the people that are there. But usually people want to look special, and so they will wear something that makes them feel special as well. Now, as you can see from these pictures, up in the top, in Hindu and Muslim and Sikh weddings, the brides wear red. And look at these amazing red gowns there. And they've got very ornate jewellery. They look absolutely amazing. What a lovely colour to wear. I would like to wear something like that. And in Christian and Jewish weddings, however, the brides will often wear white as the colour. And you can see that in the bottom pictures there. But everybody looks really, really special, don't they? Because it's a very, very special day when someone gets married. So red would be a traditional colour for a Hindu, Muslim or Sikh bride, but white would be a traditional colour for a Christian or a Jewish bride. Now, this religion we haven't touched on yet. This is Sikhism. And people that believe in the Sikh faith will show their commitment to the faith by wearing 5 special things. Now, I do apologise if I get any of these pronunciations wrong, if I say any of these words wrong, because there are so many different religions and so many different things that people wear that are special to that religion. And I don't know them all, I'm not an expert, but I thought this showed lots of commitment to their religion. And they wear 5 things beginning with K to show that they're committed to being a good Sikh. Now, the first one is Kesh. So Sikh people believe that they should not cut their hair, so they do not cut their hair. So it's very long and they tie it up, and it's called Kesh when they have it uncut. And sometimes you'll see a Sikh person wearing a turban and they will wrap their hair up in their turban, and that's because they are showing Kesh, where they do not cut their hair. And then the second K is a kirpan. Now this is like a sword, and it's usually worn around on a belt, either under the clothes, I think, or maybe sometimes on top, but I think mostly under the clothes. And it's a kind of sword, a curved sword called a kirpan. So we've got Kesh and we've got kirpan. Now the next K is a kara. Now this is a band, piece of jewellery, never-ending band that they wear around their wrist, so like a bracelet. Okay, so we've got Kesh, kirpan, which is the dagger or the sword, and then kara. Okay, and then you've got kacha. So the kacha are the shorts. So they are a special type of underwear that Sikh people wear. So they are kacha and they are white, and a special type of underwear that they wear like shorts, okay, under their clothes. And then the 5th one, which I'm afraid is not on my PowerPoint here, but you can see it in the picture, and that is a kanga. And that is a special wooden comb that they wear in their hair, okay? So they will tuck it in to Kesh up there. So you've got Kesh, kanga, kirpan, kacha, and kara. Okay, and those 5 things show their commitment to their Sikh faith. And if you see someone with those things, you will know that they belong to that Sikh community. Now here we have head coverings. Now you will know that in a few of the religions we've looked at, before people go into their religious place of worship, they show respect by covering their heads. So in the Jewish faith, Jewish people, when they go to the synagogue, they will cover their heads, and men will wear a special cap called a kippah, and women will also cover their heads as well. And you can see in the picture there's lots of different types of kippah there, and they're just pinned to the back here on their heads before they go into the synagogue. And you'll see from the picture at the bottom that the lady with the scarf around her head, this is a hijab, and this is the name of the headscarf that Muslim women wear. And they come in lots of different styles and lots of different colours. And one of the styles is a burqa. So a burqa will cover the woman's face and the whole body, and it's made from one piece of cloth. And women can see through a mesh panel. So there's a panel at the front that allows the women to see, but that's called a burqa. And a niqab is a face veil. So this is when this will go over this part of their face, and the Muslim women will also wear a headscarf to cover their heads. So they are different types of hijabs. Right then, and they come in lots of different colours. Wonder what colour. I wonder whether you have colours to match outfits. Probably do, don't they? Now, there are lots of items of clothing that are special to different religions to represent their beliefs and to show what is important to them. And those are just a few examples. But in all of those, when people wear an item of clothing for a special reason and they wear it as a group, it can bring that sense of community and that sense of belonging. Now, what are we going to think about today? So, how do you think when these people wear these items of clothing, maybe it's a Jewish person with their prayer shawl on, or maybe it is a Muslim woman in her hijab, how do you think it makes them feel? Yes, it might make them feel special. Special because they are showing their beliefs, they're showing their religion. Special because they can see other people in their religion and they feel that sense of belonging. So maybe it makes them feel part of their religious community. And maybe, yes, maybe it makes them feel closer to their beliefs. Now, can you think of a special outfit or a special item of clothing that makes you feel like you belong? This could be something like a football kit, like we talked about before. It might be a dance uniform. It might be your school uniform, or maybe a club that you belong to, maybe Guides or Beavers or Brownies or Cubs or the Sea Cadets. We have a lot of people that join there. And what I want you to do is I want you to draw yourself in this item of clothing. And I want you to think about how it helps you feel part of a community. How does it help you feel like you belong? So let me just see if I can stop sharing now. So it may be, if it was me, I would draw maybe the outline of my body first, and then I could start adding on my clothes. But think carefully about any symbols that are on that clothing that you might be able to show that are the same as all the other people in that group that wear it, because that can create that sense of community. So pause the video now, think carefully about that item of clothing and draw you in that item of clothing, thinking about how it makes you belong to a community. Right then, have you done that? Fantastic. So were there any signs or emblems on that clothing that showed that you were part of a community? Some of you may have drawn a football kit. Can you point to an emblem if you have it on that item of clothing? And maybe think about what that symbol represents. Maybe you've drawn something from a special occasion that you went to. Maybe you were bridesmaid at a wedding, or maybe you were a maybe you were at an award ceremony at school and you had to wear something from your club that was maybe a bit special. Or maybe it was a religious ceremony that you go to in a place of worship. Now, I've got a photo of me in a special item of clothing. Now, I can't quite believe that I'm showing this on a YouTube channel, but this, if you can see it, this is me in my special item of clothing. So this is my school uniform, and this was when I was very first at school. And I've got my tie and my bottle green cardigan and my grey pinafore dress. And as you can see, I'm very proud wearing that school uniform. I really, really enjoyed being at that school with my friends, and it was really lovely to wear a uniform that made us feel a sense of community together. So it's quite powerful how clothing can make you feel part of something. And it's really important to respect everybody's right to do that, and to respect that that is part of their community, and that that's part of making them feel like they belong. So thank you for joining me, and I will see you again soon for session 4 of our RE sessions. Take care. Bye.